everyone, I'm Allison Godlove. Welcome back to AGD 2023 live from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. We are just outside one of the presentation courses that is taking place here at AGD. This one is called Gingival and Connective Tissue Grafting. It is a workshop, and joining me right now is Dr. James Kohner. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you, Allison.
So tell us a little bit about the class that you're going to be presenting today.
The class I'm doing today, although it's considered a periodontal procedure, really is something that helps restorative dentists to get better restorative results by protecting the gingiva around crowns so that it looks good and is protected against ongoing recession. So better restorative results.
So for someone that comes and participates in this course today, what can they take back with them to their offices next week?
Even if they choose not to do the hands-on procedures that we're talking about in the workshop, they will have, combined with this morning's lecture program, an understanding of what can be done. So even if they're not doing it themselves, and I've seen this with other groups, they can refer out with better discretion and understanding.
Why is it so important when you come to something like AGD to participate in some of these scientific sessions?
There's a lot of material out there, and we might be missing some of it that could be useful in our practices. So being exposed makes you wake up to what's out there.
Well, thank you so much. We're going to let you go get ready for your class.
Thank you, Allison.
All right, thank you. Joining me now is Dr. Gregory Bozile. He is attending this course today. Thank you for talking with us.
Anytime. It's my pleasure.
So what made you decide that you wanted to do this course today?
In last year, I've decided to start taking implant CE courses, and that's when I learned the importance of suturing, grafting, predictability, being able to control the tissue where it's healing, and especially for restorative, I wanted to be more masterful in free gingival grafts, connective tissue graft, understanding the perio behind it, and being able to not only accommodate patient healing, but satisfaction as well.
So why is it important when you come to something like AGD to participate in these scientific sessions?
Because you want to expand your horizons. All the dentists here, all the professionals can understand that you get foundational learning at first, but the world is a very huge place when it comes to dentistry. There are so many different techniques. There are so many what doctors perceive to be the golden standard. And you learn these tips from mentors and providers that have been doing this for decades longer than you've been doing. And it's very good to pick up clinical pearls here and there, understanding to hone your craft and to be the best provider you can and make the world a better place for people, you know?
Great. Well, we'll let you get into the course. I know you're excited to do that.
Thank
you so much for talking with us.
Much appreciated. Have a good one.
You as well. Thank you so much. We're going to take you into the course in just a moment, but first we want to get you that key word during this Facebook Live. So the clue for you is with. That's W-I-T-H, the word with. So send your contact information and that keyword with to marketingdept@agd.org, and you have a chance to win a $50 Amazon gift card. Let's go into the course.
First suture, which was this one, but I forgot to take a photo. So I had to come back to do the photo. You see, you hold the flap, and now you just have to put the needle through the hole in the instrument. It's a corn suture plier. It'll be in your kit. It looks kind of like a cotton plier. It's that size, but it's got holes in the beak. So if it makes my life easier, I'm going to use this special instrumentation, and I'm putting it out here for you to consider as well. After the first suture, then we use the bank, very thin elevator, which slips under the tissue but above the graft, so that now when you try to suture the flap, you won't be getting stuck underneath the graft. Reduces one level of frustration. Oh, got stuck in there again. Now you can skip that. You'll see them both used on the video, and hopefully you can take that and use it when you do your exercise. The palatal suture does not require anything very special. Most of the time I would do a simple one like this. Sadly, when I did the video, which you're going to see in a minute, so I cannot hide from you, I did all this extra crazy suturing, just trying to close the trap door a little bit better. Oh, just a little bit better. And before you know it, I had this ridiculous, ugly-looking suture on it. Yeah, well, and we're videotaping at the same time, so it was sort of tricky to do. Remember the literature that I quoted for you this morning with these colleagues out of Brazil doing some research and finding that it was better to leave some of the graft exposed because it gives a bigger zone of keratinized tissue in the final result. The other advantage is it's easier to advance the flap because we aren't trying to get complete coverage of the graft, which requires more releasing up underneath. So this is one way to get better zones of keratinized tissue and simplify the procedure at the same time. Also, another way of simplifying the procedure, guided to us again from the literature, is that we do not need to take away this epithelial collar that will come as a result of the double scalpel blade going across the palate, and the epithelium in the middle, we can leave there. We can leave it, I usually just put it right here at the margin to create the new marginal tissue. So that's kind of a review of the technique, what you're going to be doing. The instrument kit that we have here for you to use involves certain special instruments, each one designed to help do a certain step. We have provided you with good quality capture gear and needle holders. How many of you may be already using capture gear? Oh my gosh, almost everybody. So it's half anyway. We're providing good instruments to you to give you an opportunity, if you're not using this, to get the feel of it. Because for me, frankly, I don't use a hemostat style needle holder for anything in my office, other than maybe putting the blade on and off the double scalpel handle. I swear, I don't ever use it. When you see these little tiny needles, they are really delicate, and they will bend if you look at them funny. That's how delicate they are. And so therefore, I find the Castro Viejo needle holder provides you a lot more delicate touch and ability to suture accurately than trying to use a hemostat. So if you're going to take these procedures and do them, and seriously want to do them, I'd like to think that you're going to have good instrumentation that makes it easier for you. Despite the huge difference in price in what Robert has to offer between the German quality and the Pakistani quality, the Pakistani ones I've seen, they are really amazingly good. So you can talk to Robert about them if you're interested. So we have a Castro Viejo. Robert, where do we stand on, did we add the Belcher at least to the order sheet?
Yeah, it's on the order form.
It's on the order sheet, it's not in the kit. I'm sorry to report to you that we had a depletion in the number of Belcher forceps that we had. They've sort of disappeared, so we took them out of the kits. Sorry to report that to you. But you'll see them on the, you'll see it used on the video. Really skinny forceps. Jim Belcher does work under a microscope, so these are very delicate forceps. And you'll see on the video where they're used to. When you pass these tiny needles interproximally, sometimes you get nothing but a little tiny bit of the needle coming through, and these tiny forceps will pick it up. You'll see that on the video, and you'll see why I say having the right instruments helps. The corn suture plier we talked about, this is the double scalpel handle that I showed you, I think, earlier. It takes two blades and keeps them at a consistent dimension. Then there's the Orban knife that I showed you. We use it to split. The bank forceps that's really thin that we use to suture, bouncing the needle off of it. This is a Boozer elevator. It's got the arrowhead on one end and this very small little elevator on the other end. We just use it to get the flap started, and that's it. But every step.
That is just a sneak peek at one of the many courses that are offered here at AGD 2023. We're going to be back in a couple of hours, and this time we're going to take a look at a mentorship event that is taking place at the new Dentist's Lounge. Don't forget to send in that keyword, and we'll see you back here just a little bit later.